Building real discipline is not just suffering, going through the bullshit, doing the shit you don't want to do. I know it sounds crazy coming from me considering all the stuff I post, but I'm breaking down exactly how to build realistic, real discipline that most people need to implement into their lives. Because a lot of people ask me, oh, what if you hate, how do you do the things that you hate to do? Discipline is not doing the things you hate to do. It's not waking up at 5 a.m. and going on a 10-mile run. Discipline is so much more than that. And I'm going to break it down exactly. There are 3 pillars to real discipline. The pillars are adaptation, consistency, and positive momentum. Adaptation sounds super simple, but this is what I mean. Your body and your mind need time to adapt to what it is that you are doing. Let me say that again. Your body and your mind need time to adapt. What do I mean by that? So many people can't stay disciplined, and it's because they go from nothing to the extreme. You need to set the bar at a place where you can get achievable things done. You can get the things done that you need to get done. For instance, if you're not working out at all, you want to lose weight. People are like, I'm going to get dialed in. I'm going to the gym 4 days a week. I'm eating 100% clean. I'm dropping the booze after I was just on a 3-week bender. It's like, yes, some people can do that, but that is not how everybody is wired. You need to start slow and work your way up by going to the gym 2 times that week, going to the gym once a week, walking 3 days a week. You eat 1 healthy, clean meal per day for that week. The week after, you eat 2. Your body and your mind needs to adapt to the change that you are making in order for it to stick long term. Now, a ton of people relate discipline by doing the things that hurt or doing the things that they hate, and that is just not true. Psychologically, if you do the things you hate, okay, and after you do something, you're like, oh, I hate that, and you don't feel good about it after you do it, you will tend to avoid those things. Now think about it the complete opposite way. If you did something and you felt great after you did the thing, like working out, you feel good, the endorphins are going, you're confident, you're walking with your chest up, you're like, I just did that, I feel good, I broke a sweat. You liked how you felt after you did it. You will relate that feeling to what you just did by pleasure, by feeling good about yourself. Therefore, you will want to do the thing again. Discipline isn't doing the things you hate or the things you hate to do that are super hard. Is it always fun? No. But it shouldn't directly correlate to doing the things you hate to do. Otherwise, you will not be able to follow through and stay disciplined. Now, breaking it down a little deeper, doing the things that hurt, if they hurt physically or they hurt mentally. For instance, this is something that physically hurts. If you haven't been in the gym for 3 months, and you go in, you crush a crazy leg day, you're sore, it hurts to walk up the stairs. We need to completely lower the bar, okay? You can still get a workout in and not be super sore, but that's not the point. We need to lower the standard just for now so you can make tasks and things so achievable that you believe you can do them. And once you stack a ton of small wins over time, it turns into a big win, which is long-lasting change. Now, diving into consistency. Consistency is doing the things that you like to do. People match consistency with same thing, doing the hard things, staying consistent, doing the boring things. Now, staying consistent can be boring because consistency usually goes with structure, which is a schedule. It's a regimen that you follow, and it may get boring at times, but that is normal. Boring is what breeds results. But consistency should not directly correlate to doing the things you hate. They need to be looked at and done like you're doing something that you love to do. And that is how you build real consistency. Because think of it like this. If you do something that you really like to do, and you do it, and you feel good after you do it, you don't feel shitty after you do it, you feel good, what happens? You say, oh, I feel good. What happens with your brain? Oh, I want to do that again. And then you continue to do the thing because you actually enjoy doing it. But you only enjoy it fully if you enjoy it in the moment, if you enjoy it after, and you're seeing the results you want. That is how you build real consistency. Now, I would be lying to you if I told you every single day it's enjoyable, because there are days where it's boring. There are days where it sucks. There are days where I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm not looking forward to doing every single thing on my calendar that day, but it's about waking up and doing it. Now, should you enjoy almost every single thing you do throughout the day? Yes. But some days you're going to be up here and other days it's going to be like, I got to go through these motions again. And that is all right, but it is normal. If every day is exciting and sparks are flying and stars and every single day you wake up piss and vinegar, you're probably not staying in a consistent routine that's going to help you get towards your goals, because a routine and consistency does get boring over time. And I would be lying to you if I told you it is awesome, it's unreal, I can't wait every single day, because that is not the truth. Look at it like this. I view consistency as a perspective change for some of my clients who are just starting out, right? You're two people. Think of it like two people. You're the doctor and you're the judge. If you are the doctor, you are thinking of consistency, discipline, structure. You are thinking of those things strategically. You are moving with a purpose. You are thinking, how do I set up systems that I like to do? I enjoy doing them. They make me feel good after, but also they get me closer to my goal. I make achievable tasks that I know I can accomplish that help me get closer to my goal. How do they help me get closer to my goal? Because I achieve all these tasks every single day for 2 weeks, and then maybe I add something. But by me stacking so many small wins, it gets me closer to the big win, the mission that you want to accomplish, compared to the person that is the judge, who judges everything you do. This process of consistency and discipline is not about being perfect. The judge is like, you ate the piece of cake, you're gonna pay for it tomorrow. And it sounds crazy, but I lived my life for years judging myself legitimately hard, to where I would go out for a drink with my friends, I would punish myself the next day. I'm most sick and twisted in the head, and I don't have a problem doing that, but I understand that that is not how everybody functions. You need to live like the doctor, right? You don't need to live like a doctor, but you need to live thinking strategically, setting up achievable systems and tasks that you can get done throughout the day. So at the end of the day, you can feel good and accomplished. Not the person that's so hard on themselves, like you're going to slip up. But you can't judge yourself. All it is, okay, I'm going to jump back on the horse tomorrow. Now, when you're consistent for a certain period of time, it rolls into positive momentum. Now, I like to think of momentum, especially positive momentum, because that is different from momentum. Momentum is like the law of inertia. When an object is at rest, it is hard to get it moving. Compared to an object that is in motion, it is hard for something to stop it when it is in motion. Once you are disciplined, you're building the small disciplines, you're staying consistent, that's when the positive momentum, the ball tends to roll in your favor. Everything's going as planned. You're sticking to your structure. You're accomplishing the tasks. The tasks you are doing, you are being rewarded by the feel-good feeling, the dopamine hit of you being like, I did this. I can do this. The goal that you're chasing starts to feel so much more achievable because of the positive momentum. The momentum is viewed in so many different ways, but at the end of the day, the momentum comes from real discipline. Real discipline isn't built by taking a habit or a vice or something, right? Say you're eating like shit or you're drinking too much. It's not by taking the booze problem and throwing it out the window. It is about replacing it. Let me tell you what I mean. So this is going to sound fucking absurd, but this made plenty of sense to me when I caught myself doing it. When I was in college, and I didn't party much in college, but when I did, I would party, right? So I was drinking Thursday, Friday. This is after season. I literally didn't drink all of college. This is when all that shit was over. But I was drinking like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? How I caught myself wheezing off the booze, and I didn't have an alcohol problem. I liked having fun. That's what I would say to myself. But like at the end of the day, when I become reliant on it, there seems to be a problem. But how I quit was replacing the drinking with smoking. And it sounds crazy, but you need to replace the thing by something small that is a little bit better and work your way down the ladder. This is just an example, but instead of drinking 4 days a week, I cut it down and I was like, great, I'm going to smoke on the weekends. So I started smoking weed on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, great, a little better. I went from smoking weed to packing lips. Quit the smoking. Now I was packing lips every single day. Okay, maybe a little better than smoking, right? It wasn't affecting my cognitive function as much. Cool. Did that for a week, okay? The week after, I went from packing lips to caffeine pouches. Great. Now I'm blitzing 500 milligrams plus, probably 800 milligrams caffeine per day. After that, it was that to one energy drink a day. Then it was down to a coffee. And then it was, okay, I'll have a drink every other weekend, right? And boom, all of that vice, those habits were gone, but it was gone by replacing it. For an example, I give this example to my fitness clients. It's like, when I say, hey, ease off on the carbs or fats, I'm not saying cut the carbs. I'm saying, if you're eating this much carbs, take a bite off or throw an extra bite in the trash. It's like you don't just stop by throwing the vice out the window. It's like you need to ease off of it. And I went from doing something bad to still doing something bad, but it was a little better, down to packing lips often, which is still questionable, down to caffeine pouches, down to an energy drink a day, down to coffee. Then it was, okay, I can have balance, right? I can have a drink every 2 weeks with my friends at the bar, right? And so it's working your way down slowly. It's not about being perfect. It's about building a system, building routine in your life that is sustainable for you. That's why diets, that's why completely going cold turkey, all of this shit is bullshit. It's not actually sustainable. Building real discipline comes from adaptation, consistency, and positive momentum. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you thought that this was valuable and you want to know how I build these systems to make my clients become more disciplined throughout weeks at a time, right? It's not by taking the bad thing, throwing it out the window, making reasonable steps to get them closer to their goal. Click the link in the description. We can hop on a call and see if you're qualified. But I hope you guys got a ton of value from this. This is real shit. I've been using this for years, and all of my clients that I work with go through this system to build long-lasting discipline. If you don't believe me, don't take it from me. Go check out my Instagram. All the proof in the world is over there. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one. Peace.